Everybody's screaming, except for... What a quiet lady. What a quiet lady. She is so good and so quiet. It doesn't look like she's drank much water, but she's able to reach the warm water over here. So she seems to be drinking quite a bit of that. She is munching on hay like crazy. Hi. She's doing great. It's so cold out. I forgot to tell Greg to take my insulated overalls. You all please be quiet. I'm trying to talk. I forgot to tell Greg to take my insulated overalls out of the car. He left for a few hours. I just told him to take... Darn it, do I not have any grain down here? I don't know if I even am supposed to be carrying bags of grain. Anyways. Forgot to tell him to take the bibs out of the car. So I don't have insulated bibs, and I'm really cold. I don't know what temperature it is out, but it's chilly. It is chilly. Excuse me. Excuse me. Rude. I'm going to... Oh my goodness. I'm going to take care of these guys. Everybody. Get some grain for this lady. She's gonna stay in there by herself for a little bit because she seems to be doing perfectly fine. I don't trust her in with these girls because I'm afraid somebody's gonna headbutt her, and I don't want her to miscarry or anything bad to happen to the kids she's carrying. And I kind of want to put Halo in with her, but I think she'll be fine. This barn gets pretty warm once it's closed up. So that's the game plan. Get them milked. And then go inside because I'm so cold. It's so cold out. Careful, it's slippery. Oh. Nice, that feels excellent. Hide the camera facing the wrong way. No, don't headbutt me. Down we go. Morning, everybody. It is Saturday morning, and it warmed up for a little bit here. We lost some of our snow. You can see that it's not quite as deep as it was. I think it was like 40 yesterday and the day before. Shoot. Hi, girls. But then we got another dusting of snow. So I was really excited for all the snow for a while. I love the snow. I love that it's been cold and it hasn't been all muddy and good morning, all muddy and horrible all winter this year. But it's really drug on. Come on, Mavis, you coming in? I'm just kind of ready for it to be warm. It's just so cold. So the milking routine's going to change a little bit. I'm going to start saving milk so I can play around and make some cheese just for family. We pushed our licensing date back, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, to April 7th because the creamery is going to be frozen. I can't start it up in March. All of our lines will freeze. So I'm just going to be playing around with stuff. The lady I used to work with, she's on the creamery. She does milking or cheese making classes. So the end of next month, I'm going to provide her with some milk to make some cheese in her class with, which is super exciting. So now instead of milking and then dipping teats and letting them out, we're going to be using a strip cup. So we'll teat dip first, let set for at least 30 seconds. That's how long it takes for the iodine to actually disinfect the teat. And then we're going to wipe off with a clean paper towel. I really should have some gloves down here, but I didn't bring my gloves. I should start milking with gloves as well, just because I did just wash my hands too, but there's bacteria that you just can't get off your hands. Then we're going to do a strip of each teat into a strip cup, and this just gets out any of like kind of the gross stuff that's been sitting in the teat and like touching the orifice of the teat. And it also will show us, this has really fine mesh, so it'll show us too if I have any like weird lumps in the milk or anything. And then we'll milk the goat out. It's cold enough here that I don't have to take milk and then put it like directly in the fridge after each goat. It's freezing out, so it should be fine. Teat dip, put the goat back in, bring the next goat up, repeat. We have an educational day as well that we're going to today. We did this last year as well. It's like an ADGA thing with the Maine, Heart of Maine Dairy Goat Association. So the Southern Maine Dairy Goat Association, we show with a lot of those guys. They do a bunch of cool things down in Southern Maine. It's like a 2.5-hour drive one way, so we miss out on all of it. So they do one up here for all of us in the backwoods of Maine, in Bangor. So we'll go up to that and see everybody that we haven't seen in a while. I think we're learning about parasites this time. I did finally order a egg counting slide and some solution so I can start doing my own fecals. That should be here on Wednesday. So I'm going to try to run fecals next weekend just to check on everybody. I've got a couple does that are looking, it's my does that had just freshened, so it's not uncommon for them to kind of drop a bunch of weight after they kid and they first come into milk because they're just putting so much energy into that milk production. Hi girls. So we got Milky Way, who's a first freshener, and she's giving us so much milk, and she's a tiny doe anyways, so she's just looking a bit small up in the hip area. You see that? Just smaller than I'd like her to be. I mean, she's not like skinny, you can't see her ribs, but I just don't like how much her back end's sticking out. And then Sugar's the same way. She's harder to keep weight on, but you can see like her hip bones there are just sticking out way more than I'd like them to. Keep in mind they are dairy animals, so you do get that, and they just freshened. So after like a good couple of months of being in milk, once winter's kind of over and they're browsing again, that weight will typically pick back up. But I want to pick it up a little bit quicker. So we're going to stop at a feed store. I'm going to be getting some stuff to add to their food. I think we're going to do some maybe black oil sunflower seeds. I think we're going to add a little bit of rice bran just for these two small girls. Lone Star's looking really good still. But Sugar and Milky Way, I think you're going to need some rice bran or some type of maybe like senior horse feed. What we're trying to do is right now they're eating high protein pellets, 18% protein, which is great because protein puts milk in the pail, but we want to up their carbs at the moment. So we want more carbs than they're getting and a little bit less protein. So they're still producing milk, but more of that is going into body conditioning. Then once body conditions up, we'll drop them back down to just the pellets. That should be when it's warm. We've got grass, and everybody should keep conditioned pretty well. That's the plan. That's the plan. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we have this lady due in a week and 4 days. Pretty sure she's pregnant. She looks like she's She got a little udder popping out here. Oh yeah, I'd say. Sorry. She's a weird goat, but I do love her. You are cute. Oh. She's a voice. Nope, one at a time. This barn needs to be cleaned. This is miserable. Watch out, girls. Watch out. No. 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 Get your head in. I'm stuck here. I'll show you what's going on. You see that? Am I showing it well? My leg's here. I can't get it out. She won't move her head back. Get back in there. You stubborn girl. Move your head back. Ow. The camera falling saved my leg. I love goats. I love having goats. Oh, sorry. I was so cold before I headed out, and then I lugged all those bags in and all those shavings. Put a couple in the barn, and then I put a couple, or the remaining of them, in the garage so they wouldn't take up so much space. And I'm sweating so bad. So we went to the educational day meeting, which is through the Heart of Maine Dairy Goat Association, and it was awesome. We saw a bunch of people that we haven't seen for quite a while there that we show with, and learned more about parasites, specifically meningeal worm. So that was cool. If you haven't looked up meningeal worm and you have lots of white-tailed deer where you live, it is definitely worth looking into. We ran into it with sugar last year. And then we went to Tractor Supply. We were gonna go to a feed store, totally forgot. Went to Tractor Supply, found everything I wanted. I got some rice bran pellets. I'm waiting 30 seconds for this, of course. I think that's about 30 seconds. Black oil sunflower seeds, some Mana Pro, which I didn't put in. I just put in the sunflower seeds, rice bran, grain, and then some of the alfalfa pellets. We've been doing alfalfa pellets. We will see if that kind of bumps up their production. These girls are typically pretty picky with their food, so I'm not sure if they're gonna kind of pick around everything and just eat the grain. She needs a hoof trim really bad too, but we'll see. She's being a little bit picky. She has just a little dirt. And it's gonna get super loud when I milk. So I'm going to, and my camera's at 3%. I'm gonna milk her out. I'm gonna put on a podcast. What am I listening to this milking session? I am listening to Boz and Bleat's Feeding Your Future. This podcast is from 2022. I saw it recommended on one of the Facebook pages that Facebook groups I'm part of. So I'm gonna listen to that, go over and eat dinner, and then wake up in the morning and we're gonna clean out the goat pen.